Well, welcome to the joint, everybody. We got the president saying that he's going to demolish an entire country's electrical grid and bridges. We've got Chick-fil-A saying that they're going to be they're trying to do a whole don't be on your phones while you're eating. Why would you be on your phones at that time? I don't know that. And then we got Mountain Dew going ahead and coming out with a drink that I don't think they need to come out with, a whole cream soda. What is going on? It is craziness. And then Pam Bondi joins the list, just like Christy Gnomes. She's out. As Chris Jericho would say, you just made a list. Welcome. We got a wild show. Welcome to the joint. Welcome to the joint. The joint. Welcome to the joint, everyone. I am your humble host, as always, Martin Sakon. And we have a lot on the schedule. There's been a lot going on. I hope you had a happy Easter. I hope that if you don't celebrate Easter, I just hope that you have a happy spring as we kick off this hot season that's going to be going down in Arizona. Let's start off with the president going to the Supreme Court. This is something that is unprecedented. The president is going to the Supreme Court, and this is not a political thing. This is a democracy thing. The president and the 14th Amendment talking about birth citizenship. Most countries, if you're not aware, do not have birth citizenship right. The United States is one of the few, if any, that have the birth citizenship right. So if you are born on U.S. soil, you're able to be, you are considered a citizen. Most countries, that does not happen. If I was born in China, doesn't matter that I was born in China, I don't have birth citizens right. So the president is aiming to say, to vote, you need to prove that you are, the voting thing. Let's put that to the side. What the president is trying to say is that you should not be there should be no birth citizenship. So that if there are illegal immigrants coming here, and that if you are born illegally here, and he's targeting the parents necessarily. So if the mom or dad is, one of them has to be legally here. And if you're born here illegally, then there is no citizenship. You need to go back to where you're from. The president went to the Supreme Court, showed up at the steps. I personally think that it was an intimidation factor. Oh, the president's coming to the Supreme Court to go ahead. Kudos to Justice Roberts, who I hope he does the right thing as of this recording. This is a 14th Amendment issue. When you go back to it, put your politics aside. Why would the president want to be doing this? Because the president knows who doesn't vote for him. The president also knows who doesn't vote for his party. Well, occasionally they seem to get it wrong. And I'm not making any references, I'm just saying. So the president wants this to get done. I think this is the first time that the Supreme Court might actually say no. And that leads me to go into this administration and what this administration does. This administration is one that says we'll act now and get sued later. They don't care. This administration will do what they want to do when they want to do it, and then figure out the consequences later. And I don't know how that's right. I think that's crazy. You have Pete Hegseth doing the propaganda, doing the work. That's what they do. Eventually, you run your time out with the president. At least that's what it seems like. Eventually, when you can no longer lie, when you can no longer spin the propaganda, the president says, okay, you gotta go. And that's what he did with Pam Bondi of the DOJ, the Department of Justice. He decided that she did not handle the Epstein files, which, by the way, Mr. President, that's not going away. Keep doing all you're doing. We're going to keep screaming about it because he wants it to go away. What is so redacted in there that the president is causing a war and trying to create so much distractions because whatever's in there is damning. It has to be damning. And the thing is while the president thinks that he is going to be president forever, hence the statue and the presidential center, Trump's presidential center, his monument that he's now making for when he's done, looks a lot like Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un, that whole regime where they have the statue. Looks a lot like that. I told you. I say it all the time. It's a wild time to be alive. Look at what the president's... You look at President Obama and his library. Because the president's not... Trump's not calling it a library. He's calling it the presidential center. Because Lord knows that guy has never opened up a book in his life. The presidential library that Obama's building has it's about civics. They're going to be teaching civics. They're going to have a basketball court for community events. It's a community spot. That's what you do when you leave the presidency, Mr. President Pig Shit. You don't make a center and have your statue. It's not about you. It's about what you gave back. And right now, by the way, I'd be very, very careful about what you gave back, because you haven't done nothing back. The president left his press conference, which, by the way, thank you for gracing us with your presence at the White House, where you should be most of the time instead of Mar-a-Lago. And they said, what about rising gas prices? The president didn't want to hear it. He walked right out of the room on that question. He didn't want to hear it. Didn't want to hear it at all, because the president has no... This is a flying by the seat of our ass everyday type of mission. So now the president has decided to threaten and goes on and tweets and goes on and says Tuesday 8 p.m. Otherwise, we're going to destroy everything. We are destroying their country. We are... Who goes on and is happy about it? Oh, I'm not happy about it, but we have to do it. And it's... To me, it gets... Wow. That's wild. And he's using colorful language. Tweeting out colorful language. Like, there is a level to the presidency. He is dropping F-bombs. He's dropping bombs in general. He does not... This guy is unhinged. And I know it's been said several times, but he's unhinged. Thank you, everybody, for doing that to us now. It's great. This guy that is unhinged and unfit, unqualified, back in the White House. It's wild. It's a wild time. And Pam Bondi No matter how much she tried her best, she tried her best to hold herself in the White House, but in her position. But we're going to talk a little bit more about Pam and why she's out, just like Kristi Noem's out. Who's next? Who's at this point? Who's next? We'll be right back with the Joint. Welcome to the Joint. The Joint. Welcome back to the Joint, everyone. I am the humble host, Martin Sakon Novak, and we just talked about the president and how he's on a rage and on a terror. Epic Fury, Operation Epic Fury is going well. I am destroying the country. Now we need to talk about another female that the president has decided to fire, and that is the DOJ, the Department of Justice. Pam Bondi is out. I told you, I predicted this. Because Pam Bondi did not do a good job of releasing the Epstein files, and because she couldn't hide the president's rhetoric. I mean, we're literally living in an administration that is producing rhetoric, which is wild. So, because she didn't do a good job doing that, the president said, "Oh, I'm going to fire you from your position," which she fought for, apparently, allegedly, in reports. Pam was trying to fight allegedly for her position. I mean, there is nobody. If you watch the testimony that she does in front of I believe it's the Senate, there is nobody. The level of which the people in this administration are willing to lick the president's ass is absolutely, wow, mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. And so, Pam didn't do a good job. Pam, she was good, but she's got to go because she didn't do it the way I wanted it to be done. You know, should have grabbed her by the, you know what, a little harder. So, Pam will be in a different role in the administration, as Kristi Noem is in a different role in the administration, which basically says, hey, you guys don't need to be in the front of the public anymore because you haven't done anything you're supposed to do. I want to know how you guys are feeling about this. I want to know. I say it all the time. Go ahead, email it to our changeup, creativechangeup@gmail.com. That's creativechangeup@gmail.com. Like the video if you like. If you want to argue with me, like I said, we are going to go live. We are going to have these discussions. We need to have these discussions because it's important. It really is, and everyone is saying this. Our democracy is literally under attack from this man. This man who, once again, unfit, unqualified, uneducated, and unhinged. He wants to talk about Sleepy Joe Biden. He wants to talk about the craziest things that I've heard. The decisions that are being made are absolutely irrational. They're absolutely irrational. And now Pam Bondi's gone. Yeah, that's a great move in the right direction, but probably replaced with somebody else. Like I said, these people will stop at nothing to be on TV spouting the rhetoric, spouting their BS. They just want to. They know that the president's giving them a shot. They want to take that shot and be superstars or celebrities, I should say, celebrities in front of the public. It's mind-boggling what our government system has come to. When we come back with the joint, we are going to talk a little bit about Chick-fil-A's new program that they have to get you off your phones. And also, it's April. May 1st is Devil Wears Prada 2. We're going to go start talking about that a little bit when they talked about their final trailer that they put out. We'll be right back. Welcome to the joint. The joint.